Hi everyone, it's Paralympian Jake Templeton here from Australia, and in this week's home exercise or workout video, I've provided a chair routine that goes for 6 minutes because I know many people are stuck in a chair or stuck at the desktop or laptop every day, and this can bring about poor posture and perhaps some bad techniques and forms. So I know many people get tight in certain areas, so I've tried to address each of these in my 9 movements or exercises. So the first one is just sitting upright and just rotating about the spine. So with a couple of these stretches, you can use the chair or you can use your body's support, so you can fix yourself and try and stretch as much as you can. So I'm holding each stretch for about 3 or 4 seconds and just rotating each side until the 40 seconds is up. Now the second exercise is just a side stretch or a lat stretch. So as you can see with my right hand there, I'm holding onto the chair and just trying to stretch as much as I can through the side. Many of us sort of hunch over or don't really stretch out as much as we possibly can when we're at an office or at a desk. So always try and remain as upright as you can with great posture, and then stretch to the side rather than hunching over and stretching, which is probably what we do for most of the day. So remain upright and then reach to the side, trying to stretch out around the ribs and around the lat area. Now the third exercise out of 9 is just a normal cat-cow or the cat-camel exercise, but in a chair. So just slumping over, really letting the spine curl over, and then sitting nice and upright, trying to extend at the spine and let your head and neck move with the movement. You can use, holding onto the knees as you extend, just like I am here, to try and really open up, and then slouch forward just to get that movement. Try and breathe as you do this, just like any sort of movement or stretch. You want to breathe to allow oxygen to flow through your body, so you can that can allow you to get better movement and perhaps loosen up as you go. So the next exercise is a neck stretch. So always be careful with any type of stretch you do, especially neck stretching. So ease into this. And I know many people, when they're sitting at an office or a desk or working all day, they tend to shrug. A lot of tension can be held in the traps and the shoulders. So helping to doing this stretch can help to loosen that up, just provide a bit more freedom of movement, and just release a bit of that tension that might build up as a result of stress or just lots of work. So moving on now, this is our middle exercise. This is just a quadricep stretch, so be careful. I know this chair isn't very big, perhaps other chairs might be a bit better, but this is something that you can hold throughout the day, even while you're working, if your space is adequate and allows for that. But just stretching out the quads, not so much the hip flexor, but it's better than slouching over. But this can help to release a bit of tension, improve a bit of mobility, perhaps relax the quads, the legs, as they might get tight throughout the day as well. So I know this is a stretch that I do just sitting on the couch of a day while I watch TV, or if I do a bit of work. It's something that can be done. We don't always have to be slouched over working. There's a couple of stretches we can do, such as this one here, which gets into the glutes, the rotator muscles in the butt area, and you can lean over to get a bit more of a stretch in that left leg of mine there, or you can simply sit up and just go about your day while holding this stretch. So this is a variation of a stretch that can be performed on the ground, on your back, or in many other different ways. But by sitting in a chair or by being in a chair, there's so many different exercises and movements that you can do to release a bit of that tension, provide a bit more freedom, and just to provide a bit of movement throughout the day rather than just being stuck in the same position all day. So the next exercise, there's 3 to go, is just simple calf raises, just getting the legs moving, getting them active. I know sometimes when you stand up, you could perhaps feel a little bit lightheaded if you've been sitting down at the office all day, or your legs just might be a little bit tight because you haven't actually moved all day. So just by providing a little bit of blood flow to the lower part of the body, I like doing calf raises because they just really help me to, especially with swimming, being able to push off the wall, push off the blocks. But it's just a great movement to get the body flowing, especially down the bottom end of the body, which is probably stuck still all day if you're stuck at your office. So The next stretch really helps to open out the chest. Now I know a lot of people round at the back, they slouch forward when they work. So really interlocking the fingers behind the head, and you can add a few rotations here like I have, but the main focus of this stretch is to open out at the chest, to take away from that, rounding at the spine, that slouch overness that you might get throughout the day. So by adding that rotation, you get a bit of movement as well. But I really like this stretch because it opens up the chest and gets into the pec muscles, which can get quite tight throughout a day of sitting. So the final 40 seconds now, I've just got some shoulder shrugs and shoulder rotations, both forwards and backwards. You can do this one arm at a time, you can do it straight arms, you can do any other type of upper body dynamic stretch in place of this last exercise if you wish. But I hope you've enjoyed this home workout. It can be obviously performed anywhere as long as you have a chair, so at the office, even on an aeroplane perhaps. I know it's not recommended that you sit for the whole 12 or 14 hour flight when we can get back up and flying again. So just by doing this can help to reduce any soreness that might accumulate or fatigue across the flight as well, or through a day of work. So I hope you've enjoyed my routine, and for more information, head to my website, www.jacobtempleton.com. Thanks. Cheers.